What's up, DOT fam? It's Jaeger. Once again, if you caught the brief moment this video was up before, big shout out and thanks to Conclusive Ninja and Yuki for actually catching an error I made in the original one. So I wanted to bring you guys a fix and talk about these altar changes. Now, I'm still going to be pretty firm on the fact that I do not support this change to the Epic Altar. I don't believe it's truly an improvement, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and break down the numbers for you and get into the details of why I think we still need to see a better attempt at an improvement. This still, to me, feels a little bit like a swift kick in the nuts. It's not really an update that I think they are trying to really give us. They say that it's, because of the community, and I don't really think that we were asking for some of these changes to be made. We know we want changes for sure to the Epic Altar, but the way that this has been handled, what's been added, but what has in kind of traditional form, almost as an expectation, what has also been taken away. So we're going to look at what the devs break down in their blog and really get to understand what do these changes mean to the XP that you get to earn from the all-new, improved, quote-unquote, Epic Altar. Now, we all know the Epic Altar has not been epic for a long time. When you're talking level 15 to 40, we all know our best odds were pulling a level 15 2-star Runa. They are changing that, and that is probably the only improvement I would say that takes place here is we no longer will have a level 15 Titan available. The lowest XP available is going to be a level 25 2-star. But that's where I think the changes and improvement truly stop. There's a number of things that we actually lose out on, and we're going to also talk about the overall average that you can get from this. So let's first dive in and take a look at their blog post of what they're considering the improvements to the Epic Altar. So here's their post just a couple days ago, well, really just a day ago, depending on when you're watching this. But based on feedback around the temple altars, they've been looking at ways to solve the issues and improve the experiences with the said altars. To that end, they're trying out some variations of what the altars are going to be. So here's their first stab, right? This is just their first attempt at changing the AK altar, the epic one. They believe that the variants of levels and XP available from it are a little bit too disparate, that it's really not, I guess so to say, fair as far as across the board what you can earn. Existing, it's too low to too high, and I think I agree with them to that point. But that doesn't mean that you have to both raise and lower this at the same time. So we're getting away from what we had, and we'll break that down in a moment. But what we're going to see in the all-new altar is 2-stars are going to be level 25 and 30. 3-stars are going to start out at level 20. Now, just to point out, the 3-stars have not changed in this whatsoever. We always had 20, 25, and 30. We still see that same level and XP count here for the 3-stars. The 4-stars are changed, and they're actually lowered. It starts out at the same level of a level 20, but rather than having a level 30 as the next step, we only get a level 25, and we are losing 10 levels off of the cap. The highest we had in the old system was a level 44-star. We are now dropping down to a level 34-star, and that is a massive, massive shave in XP that can be earned. So they're saying that because of these changes, lower rarity Titans will actually have a higher base level, and that is an overall effective way of increasing the average level of Titans across the rarities that you can earn. I don't think that this is really an effective increase to that. This results in overall increase in the average amount of Titan XP you can acquire. We are going to actually fact check that and see if this really is a beneficial increase, one that they can call an improvement. So if you agree with me, and after you look at these stats, let's make sure we post on their social media and let them know what we really want to see as an improvement. Let's start out with the altar odds. Last time that they have been shared by DOT, this is where they stood. 2-stars offered a 53%. Which means under the old system, which had 3 levels available, 15, 20, and 25, you had roughly a 17.6% chance at pulling each of those. Under the new system, which only has 2 levels available, 25 and 30, you're now looking at a 26.5% chance to pull either one of those 2-stars. We're looking at 3-stars, which again has stayed pretty much the same. You've got a 44.3% chance to pull a 3-star. That comes out to about 14.76% for each level, 20, 25, or 30. And then the 4 stars offer a 2.7% chance to pull those. And again, there's 3 levels. So those stats, as long as there aren't major changes between the last time they've ever shared those. And again, I went digging and I couldn't find them again in the game. So I'm working off of the last time they shared it. And they just shared it based off of the star rating, but it wasn't broken down to each level. So there may be a slight flux to this. If I can pull up any extra info, I will certainly share it in the comments. But this is what I calculated based off of the weighted averages. So let's go ahead and start looking at the old system compared to the new system and see where the give and takes come with this. And again, in my opinion, there is a much bigger take than there is a give on this side. Now, the old low was a 2-star level 15, which equaled 6,614 XP. The notorious 2-star runa right there. The highest we could pull from this epic altar, 4-star level 40, which gave us 178,310 XP. The average XP you can pull, figuring in the weighted percentages mentioned earlier, was 23,696 XP, which, I mean, it's not a great number. It's a pretty good handful of levels. I mean, if you throw that into a level 1, that's a decent amount of XP to have, you know, okay? It's what it is. The thing that I was really expecting is when we were looking at going into the new improved was that number honestly was going to be drastically higher. We're like, okay, great. We're going to actually turn the epic altar into something epic. And that is where this fell oh so terribly short, in my opinion. I mean, it really is quite laughable at the way that they altered this altar. So let's go ahead and break down the new low-high average. The new low-high average goes this way. The lowest we can pull is a 2-star level 25. That gives us a new low of 16,442 XP. Now that is a boost. 9,828 extra XP we'll now get from our lowest opportunity. Here's where I think the real big kick in the nuts came for me and my absolute epic disappointment in how they handled this. Our new high is a 4-star level 30. That is 10 levels lower than before. And our new highest XP is 98,735, which is a decrease in almost 80,000. 79,575 is what we've lost in XP here. I mean, that right there is, if you were fusing a 4-star Titan into another, let's say just level 1 Titan, that could be as much as 27 levels that we miss out on in a fusion opportunity. That is a huge chunk to have taken away from what's supposed to be an epic altar. Our new average is 27,336. That is only an increase of 3,640. That is not an improvement to what it used to be. If we're going to see an improvement, I expected these numbers to exceed quite substantially what we had before. But instead, in all of our pluses we see, we actually have a bigger minus. That is not acceptable. That is not an improvement. That is not a way to change an epic altar and make it epic. That's not what happens. So here is my recommendation. This is what I think should happen. The first bullet, I think many people would agree with me, is that the epic altar should only include 3 and 4-star Titans. That's it, period. No 1-stars, no 2-stars. I mean, we don't have 1-stars in there existing, but pulling a 2-star, even a level 30 2-star, just sucks. Like, it's a 2-star regardless. I would prefer to see that these start out at level 30 or higher, because at level 30, you have multiple skills unlocked, and you have multiple relic slots available, making these Titans more valuable to use on the battlefield for events, for going through and creating defenders or attackers out of them. If I'm going to spend 8,000 gems, or if I'm going to reach a milestone in an event and cash in that epic token, I should be rewarded with it, allowing me to help achieve more end gameplay, which is where more investment comes in. Giving me anything lower than that, it really doesn't hold any value. There's nothing epic about it. Make an epic altar exactly what the name suggests, with epic prizes. So I would like to know, what are your thoughts in the comment below? Again, if I get stats that adjust any of these percentages, especially the weights, I will revisit this in the comments, but this one here has more accurate percentages and averages. But in my opinion, looking at that big loss of 10 levels at the high mark in the new system, this really is unacceptable. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I appreciate your feedback, especially for those of you that helped me fix this video within moments of it dropping. I'm GamingJAEGER, and I'm signing out.